So in 2010, I was living in Paris, and one morning I was on my way to a Bible study, just walking through my neighborhood on my way to the train. And nobody is awake. People are just starting to get up and go to work, but not too many people are walking around. And so I look down on the sidewalk, and there is this wad of cash right there on the sidewalk. And I stop and stare at this thing because it's like thick. And it was, in fact, it appeared to be so much money that I thought it was a trick. Like probably, when you're a kid, you see that thing in the dollar store. It's a fake dollar bill attached to a string. You throw the dollar bill out there, and then when some unsuspecting kid goes to take it, you pull on the string and you laugh at him. And it was so much money that I suspected it was a trick. And so I look up and down the street, and I don't see anybody. So at the risk of being a total fool, I pick up this money and look through it. And talking with my friend afterwards, he said he thought it was 80 euros. In my memory it was more than that, but he's probably right. But in any event, this was not like 5 euros or 20 or 50. This was like 80 euros, which at the time and now is easily over $100. Pretty far over $100. So I'm holding this cash and I'm thinking, I really need to bring this back to whoever dropped this money. But I look up down the street, there's nobody there, and I know that I have a few choices. I can either go around to all the houses and I can say, excuse me, did you lose a pile of money? I found a pile of money. Would you like this pile of money? But I thought that's probably not practical. And so the other strategy is just to leave it on the ground, in which case somebody's going to pick it up after like 5 minutes. But that person was probably not going to be the person who had dropped the money in the first place, and so I thought, well, God, what should I do? Can I take this money? Is that okay? Like, what do I do? And I felt a fair amount of conviction that I should give it to my friend Adam, who never has any money, and who is just doing street ministry in Paris. Again, like my other story, completely out on financial faith that God will provide for him. So I thought, I'll give Adam the money. This is good. And so I continue on to the Bible study where Adam will be that morning. And pretty normal Bible study. Adam looks kind of stressed out and tired, and I'm guessing it's probably about finances. And so after the meeting I say, Adam, guess what? I just found a pile of money for you. And he said, really? How much? And I said, it's this much. And he's like, bro, you have no idea, man. I'm like, I probably do. And so anyway, I go with him to his bank immediately, and we deposit the money so that he can pay his electricity bill. I think it was electricity because they were going to shut off power to his house, I think. Anyway, he really had to pay this bill and it was getting bad. So we paid the bill, but it wasn't the same amount as all the money that I gave him. There was some left over. And so we took the amount of money that was left over and we went to a shoe repair shop where he had turned in his shoes, his boots or something, for repair, because he had worn through the soles of his shoes. But when Adam had turned in his shoes, he did not pay for the service. At the shoe repair shop there, what you did is you gave them your shoes and you paid when the repairs were done, probably so you could argue about the quality of the repairs later. But Adam did this on faith because he actually had no money to pay for the repairs. And so he just turned in his shoes on the faith that God would give him money to redeem his shoes. And so with the very last of the money that I had found, well, wasn't used on his bill, we bought his shoes back. And of course, the amount of money that paid for the shoes was within 10 cents of the cost that he needed, so we walked away with just a few cents. And so the original amount was at least 80 euros, which is worth over $100, and after the costs that he needed to spend, came within 10 cents of what he needed. So that was great, and it helped him out a lot.